Good morning. My name is Susan Tachau, and I'm a member of the Board of Trustees here at MLUC. Today, we gather in gratitude and community, sharing not only cornbread and cider, but also the spirit of generosity and connection that sustains us, and the hope that we offer our neighbors through our gifts. May this bread communion remind us how good it feels to come together with open hands and open hearts. A warm welcome to all of those of you who are joining us today, either online or here in the sanctuary, and a welcome to all of you who are visiting for the first, second, or third time. We're so glad you're here. And by the way, you're in for a treat. It smells really good up here, by the way. Like really good. After the service, I hope that all of you will go across the hall to the fireside room, and you can join us for coffee, tea, snacks. It's a wonderful opportunity to get to know each other. And even though Reverend John isn't here today, you should know that today's his birthday. So we can kind of say happy birthday to him in spirit over there, or however, if you happen to see him wandering around. Our worship team today will be led by our Director of Learning and Family Ministries, Star Sarahs-Borchelt, and our Congregational Life Coordinator and Ministerial Intern, Yvette McDonald. Our music today will be provided by our Multigenerational Choir and the Community Orchestra, with David Brown as conductor and on the violin, and Jodie Brown on the piano. Our worship associate today is Deborah McKnight, and as always, thank you to our media team. So I want to remind you what I say every week, that there's a lot going on here at MLUC, so please look at the back of your order of service, look at the QR code, or go to our website, mluc.org. And now, kindly silence your electronic devices, and then let us join together in affirming our mission statement. Together, we transform lives through love, service, and our welcoming faith.
was great. Today's chalice lighting, we light this chalice as thankful people. We raise our songs, seeking safety and home. May all the good crops and fruits we sow be gathered in. Come, ye thankful people, come. Please stand now in body or spirit to sing hymn number 68, Come, ye thankful people, come.
I have some helpers who have scripts and know they're doing this, who should come up now. Travis, this is yours. Emma, this is yours. Junie, this is yours. And then Sam and Kat, you're actually going to go grab a tray of each from over there when the time comes. But you don't have to grab it right this second. That's Sam. You're not that Sam. That's Sam. Sorry. Okay.
Why do we set the table?
We have a table here because we believe in community, in what we have to give to and receive from one another. We are fed in relationship, and the table is our symbol.
Why do we have a cloth on the table?
We have a cloth on the table because each life is interwoven with every other life. The cloth is our symbol of the love which binds us and covers us.
Why do we have a candle on the table?
We have a candle on the table because we believe in the light of faith, hope, and love. The candle is our symbol of the light and of our flaming chalice, which guides our search for truth.
Why do we have flowers on the table?
We have flowers on the table so that we remember to see the mystery and beauty of creation, which continually surrounds us. Flowers are our symbol of the grace which springs up into our lives.
Why do we have cornbread and apple cider on the table?
We have cornbread and apple cider on the table as gifts of the earth and from our ancestors. They speak of the power of growing things. They ask us to wait for the ripening and harvest. Cornbread and apple cider are our symbols of trust and fruitfulness.
The table is set.
Each month, we donate half of our collection to a worthy organization in need. The recipient of MLUC's offering outreach for November is the Norristown Hospitality Center. The Norristown Hospitality Center is a registered 501c3 nonprofit organization whose mission is to provide basic needs and social services to empower those experiencing homelessness and poverty. The Norristown Hospitality Center is a low-barrier day shelter in Montgomery County that provides free services to anyone in need. The funds will be used to help provide basic needs, social services, special clinics, health and wellness services, workforce development, and advocacy for individuals in need. For example, Sarah came to the Hospitality Center in 2023 wearing jail clothes. She had been released from jail that morning and given a bus ticket, but she had nowhere to go. She asked the bus driver for help, and he directed her to the Norristown Hospitality Center, where she got a shower, received some new clothes, and had breakfast before her first meeting with her caseworker. Sarah had lost her apartment while she was in jail, had no income and no benefits. The caseworker helped her apply to the Salvation Army's Winter Women's Shelter for temporary housing, as well as submitting applications to medical assistance and SNAP for benefits. Sarah is now staying at a women's shelter and has received assistance from the work development caseworker at the Hospitality Center to apply for jobs in the area. To make a cashless donation, whether watching remotely or from here in the sanctuary, please follow the instructions on the screen or on the back page of the order of service. The offering will now be gratefully received. Will the ushers please come forward? At this time in our service, it is our custom to share personal joys and sorrows, expecting to be heard, accepted, and supported. As a community, we acknowledge each joy or sorrow by lighting a candle and saying together, "We hold you in our hearts." We light a candle of joy and thanks to Valerie Sarahs for her work leading the auction committee and her care for our church community. For Valerie, we hold you in our hearts. We light a candle of concern for Linda Farr, who is recovering from pneumonia at home. For Linda, we hold you in our hearts. Susan Ricci lights a candle of concern for her cousin Tom, who is back in the hospital being treated for an infection of the hip. Tom was seriously ill this summer and has been improving until this unfortunate setback just days ago. Also, Susan's brother's partner, Jan, is being treated by specialists for 3 serious medical issues. Susan asks for prayers, for guidance, and patience. For Susan, Tom, and Jan, we hold you in our hearts. Betsy McElwain lights a candle of joy celebrating the tallies of the WMMR Camp Out for Hunger. 921 tons of food and $1,635,637.21 were donated to support Philabundance. Tom and Betsy's son Nick works alongside his WMMR colleagues to make this effort the success that it is. For Betsy, Tom, and Nick, and the folks at WMMR, we hold you in our hearts. And let us light one more candle for those of us with joys or sorrows too deep to say out loud at this time. We hold you in our hearts.
Good morning, everyone. It's good to see so many people here today, particularly as we celebrate our time together with our cornbread and apple cider communion. Not too long ago, as I'm sure many of you have heard, the government was shut down. And people were furloughed, people have lost their jobs, and many people were without SNAP benefits and still are. And we sprang into action. We have a moral responsibility to live our values into action of generosity and equity to ensure that no one goes hungry in our community. And we are in our 3rd week of our food drive working with Great Valley Food Cupboard right here in Devon. We don't have to go far to assist. There are people right here in this congregation who face food insecurity. There are people right here in this town of Devon that face daily food insecurity. And so we have already taken 3 carloads of food over to Great Valley. And when I gave them a call before November 1st, their cupboards were bare. I was just there on Friday, and the generosity of all of you and the generosity of others in the community have replenished their stocks, but they still are in great need, as many other food pantries in the area and around the country. And so at this time, as we are focused on giving, I would like to invite you all up this is our altar, now that the table is set. I'd like to invite you all up for a processional of donating your food that will continue to go to the Great Valley Food Cupboard, and we will continue this drive until December 8th. Thank you. So you can just bring it up one at a time and place it right here. on the stage. Yep, it's fine. Thank you.
I'd like to invite you to rise in body and spirit as we sing hymn number 1008, When Our Heart is in a Holy Place.
We had a plan, and it mostly worked. We're good. It's like Tetris. Okay. For thousands of years, people all over the world have gathered on sacred and festive occasions to share in the eating of a special meal. At our American Thanksgiving, we celebrate the changing of the seasons and the bounty of nature. We also wrestle with the story of how the Pilgrims in 1621 struggled to survive, only managing to reap a good harvest with the help of the Wampanoag people whose lands they had usurped. Those colonists were Puritans, and they were our religious ancestors. We claim the values of democracy and tolerance and freedom as their descendants, and they also contributed to the near extermination of the Wampanoag, as other colonists did here in Pennsylvania, to the Lenape, in this land we now call home.
Let us consider corn. Many native sacred stories from all over the Americas describe the mythological origins of corn and how important it was to all native people. As we share this cornbread, let us think of the rich earth in which grains and other food grow, and let us resolve to protect the soil from all who would destroy it for their own monetary profit. And let us be mindful also that this small amount we eat now is a symbolic manner. May it be as much as so many people get to eat this. That doesn't make any sense.
Some people.
I'm just like, wait a second. So rewind. So let us be also mindful that this small amount we eat now is in a symbolic manner, may be as much as many people eat in a whole entire day. Let us resolve to work our whole lives through to end hunger here and everywhere. As we eat this cornbread, let us think of those for which we are grateful, those things we regret, and the path of those seeking justice, which lies open before us.
Now let us consider apple cider. The only apples native to North America are crab apples. The ones we enjoy in this country today are immigrants like the Pilgrims. They were brought from Asia through the Middle East into Europe and then on to America. For some of us, cider is a seasonal drink, an autumn treat. Most of us may not taste cider again until next fall, so try to remember the taste. An apple is spherical but flat at the poles like the great globe itself. If you cut an apple across, the seeds inside form a pentagram, long a mystic symbol of wholeness. An apple is special, an appetizer, a dessert, a snack, yet it's as common as apples. The common things we encounter can give us our greatest pleasures. Finally, let us remember that the apples were pressed for us. They are products not only of the earth and its bounty, but of all those who till the soil, tend trees, and pick fruit. Farm and orchard laborers we may never see, but without whom we could not live. As we drink this cider, let us think of the sweetness that can come from being open to new people and experiences, the bitterness of those things we wish we could forget, and the love that grows when people share their gifts with one another.
Let us share our gifts with one another. Let us remember that we are a community, and let us be grateful. At this time, I'd like to invite you all up to participate with our cornbread and apple cider communion. And we are plenty today, which is a great thing. So I think the best way for us to do this would maybe be row by row to come up, and then when they sit down, then the next row can come. Great. So.
We once again invite you to rise in body or spirit as we sing our closing hymn, number 1010, We Give Thanks.
We give thanks for this precious day, for the generosity of these gifts, for the old and young, and for the joy, 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 joy down in our hearts. Please remain seated or get up and dance, whatever you'd like, while we enjoy the postlude.